on Long Island, a family is pleading for help. Help finding a woman who disappeared after she took a cross-country trip with her boyfriend. 22-year-old Gabby Petito was last seen in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, but her family hasn't heard from her since the end of last month. News 4's Paisy Chang looking at this story. She's live in Bohemia. Paisy?
Yeah, David. So the family spoke with their lawyer here in Bohemia, and they're sharing this picture, this missing persons poster, all over social media because they say they haven't heard from their daughter since the end of August. And now that they haven't heard from her for this long, they're really starting to worry about her disappearance.
Gabby Petito never goes outside.
It was a cross-country journey captured on video and pictures posted on social media.
Hello, and good morning.
22-year-old Gabby Petito left her mother's Blue Point, Long Island house on July 2nd with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. Now Petito is missing.
I just believe she's in danger because she's not in touch with us, and she could be alone somewhere. She could be stranded somewhere in the wilderness.
Petito and Laundrie were documenting their trip on their YouTube channel, showing viewers how they were living out of a van, visiting states like Utah. Gabby's last post on Instagram was August 25th. It was also the last time she spoke to her mother, only receiving texts after that until August 30th.
The first couple of days, I wasn't getting responses. I believe she was in a place with no service. It was like day 8 and 9 that I really became concerned and figured she couldn't be off the grid for that long.
Gabby told her
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my channel, AMZ Beloved and Friends. If you're new here, tonight we're going to be covering what we do best, which is true crime missing persons case. And as you just saw there, we are now going to be covering the case of Gabby Petito, who has gone missing. She is, yes, a YouTuber. She is 22. She's originally from Long Island, New York. By the way, moving down to Florida with her fiance, Brian, who has since her disappearance or not arriving home with him. He has not given any word, any news, any conversation to law enforcement or anyone. And this case it's another one of those that's going to be for the books. We are praying that Gabby is safe and returns home alive and well, but we are going to fight hard for her case to get out there. She is an influencer, a person who the van life community is quite a big community. There's quite a few of those that live in small spaces that are mobile and they go across the country. And I was actually telling my husband, like, that's actually sounds like a blast. And I'm not an outdoorsy person, so for me to say that but she made that little van of hers look amazing. So let me just check in with everybody here, and then we'll do more updates. And then when I get a chance, let me do, what's that noise? Felt like the timer of my life. So hey, Coffee Cushion Crazies, Brittany, what's up? Hey, Kathy, hello, thank you for being here. All the mods, all the friends, all the subscribers, all the members. I don't know what is going on. That literally sounds like, is my cat like trying to get in the house? Hey, Nurse Jen. Nope, there you are. Okay, weird. Kenlyn, what's up? Nurse Jen again. Kenlyn again. Kathy again. Terry Lynn, what's up again? A little bit of roll call. If you're not used to like, so just say hi to everybody. Hey, Evolution. Hey, Black Bear. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the mods, members, subscribers, and friends that are here. Yes, let's pray that Gabbie is found and is found well. So there's a lot to this case. There's a lot of first things first. She was last heard from allegedly, and I say allegedly because her mom does not believe the last text that she received on the 25th was from her daughter, but it was from her daughter's phone. So the last time that she allegedly had contact with her daughter was on the 25th of August of 2021 this year. And then on the 1st of September, her boyfriend Brian returned home to Florida with just her van and not her. Now this is the 15th, so this has now been over 2 weeks. Where is Gabbie, and why is her boyfriend not talking? Because he is not talking to law enforcement, police. When they came to the door, they were greeted by his family and the information to reach their family attorney, which, okay, that doesn't make anyone feel happy or safe or for that girl. I do not feel that she is safe. I believe, yep, boyfriend is shady. What's up, Amanda? Hey, JW Panko. I can't stay long. Will you save this? Yes, we will be saving all true crime stuff, of course. Last night's was also re-uploaded. So if you tried yesterday, after it ended, we re-uploaded it. Someone outside is like, having a moment. So if you're banging, that's what's going on. Let's see. It's so suspect. You have no idea. 1, 2 seconds. Let's see. There we go. And I want to make sure to have the regular chat up because freaking StreamYards, sometimes I just can't. Hello, Cosmo Creamer. Highly doubt she's alive. Been in true crime community for over 10 years and all signs are there. Well, in my hope that there's always cases where people are found. Actually, the majority of cases that go to lost person are actually solved. Usually when we're talking about them, it's been over a couple weeks and they're not. So you're right there, kind of. You are right there. Because once we actually start talking about these cases of missing people, it usually means it's gone past the point where you would assume they'd just like be out there, or if she was in a desolate area like Utah and just stranded on the side of the road with nothing around, could she survive for some time? Yes. 2 weeks and no word gives you that pit in your stomach where you're like, this girl's probably gone. But I'm always going to say I hope that she is found, because who knows? Maybe who knows? I mean, you never know. Okay, there's been cases of the Cleveland case with the 3 girls that were found. I'm sure you guys can throw that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Hope for the best, expect the worst. Yeah, that's life. That's how, yep. Elizabeth Smart, there it was. I was going to say the wrong one, and I was like, Hey, Monica, how are you? So let me just give a bit of an update, and I just felt like a weird wind on the back of my head. Okay, that was weird. So it's been roughly 2 weeks since Gabby Petito went missing, and they're saying it was Wyoming, but she got into a physical fight with her fiance, Brian Laundrie, about it was in downtown Moab, Utah, and the police report was obtained by Fox News, as well as let me check my DMs. Thank you. Yep, there's Fox News. Give me 1 second. Let me check here. We'll go off this report a little bit more. A witness called 911 on August 12th around 4:30 p.m. Over a possible domestic violence near Moonflower Community Cooperative, and said that she saw Petito and Laundrie arguing over a phone. The driver of the van, a male, had some sort of argument with a female. Gabbie, a responding officer, wrote in the report citing conversations he had with Petito, Laundrie, and the witness. The male tried to create distance by telling Gabbie to go take a walk to calm down. She didn't want to be separated from the male and began slapping him. The The report said he grabbed her face and pushed her back as she pressed upon him in the van. He tried to lock her out and succeeded, except for his driver door. She opened that and forced her way over him and into the vehicle before it drove off. Well, it's her car, so yeah. A responding officer initially wrote that he believes it was reported that the male had been observed to have assaulted the female, but later wrote that no one reported that the male had struck the female. So what the fuck? When an officer eventually pulled the van over, it was said that when he approached, Petito was crying uncontrollably in the passenger seat. One of the responding officers said the incident can be more accurately categorized as a mental emotional health break than a domestic assault, and that no significant injuries were reported. Both the male and the female reported that they are in love and engaged to be married and desperately didn't wish for anyone to be charged with a crime. Petito's mom says that the incident was a result of pent-up stress from traveling together. All right, so let me check in with you guys. This is insane. Another mom. Also, it's her car and in her name, and he returned without her. Yeah, why did he keep trying to take her van and just leave her somewhere? Like I said, why was he kept stranding her places? Like, sound like he was trying to strand her, and why? In what state, Johnny or Joni? Joni Mc420? What state are you talking about? The couple. The boyfriend has not said, but it looks like there was a break in his silence via his lawyers. Let me see here. Continue to cite. Okay, Florida police name boyfriend missing. Okay, so the Florida police, as of 12:37 p.m., it was reported by Sun Centennial News that Florida police named the boyfriend of missing woman as a person of interest. The North Point police confirmed Brian Laundrie as a person of interest in Gabby Petito's disappearance in a statement issued Wednesday and the WFLA reported it. No, thank you. No, your notifications, and I will never ever be able to use my computer. We are pleading with anyone, including Brian, to share information with us on her whereabouts in the past few weeks. Lack of information from Brian is hindering this investigation, it says. Again, he's in North Point, Florida. The statement of Laundrie refusing to cooperate with police or explain why he left her alone to drive the van all the way to Florida. Now, the FBI and the police did their, I saw the press conference today, and they've been getting a lot of misleading tips, they said. So they want all tips to be filtered or they're going to be filtered by the FBI. So there's a national hotline because, as we've said, this was a couple that was mildly famously known on YouTube for traveling cross country. So if there's any tips, it's a federal situation. So you can call 1-800, call FBI, Utah AMC. Okay, let me check. What about the cell phone records pings, right? That's what I would wonder. Same with the family. They did make a statement, but called her by her last name. That's weird. Well, was she sportsy? That's kind of like a thing they do. His lawyer spoke. Oh, yeah, I got that coming. Let's see here. What did the lawyer say? So, oh, my God. So she was crying uncontrollably because her boyfriend, God knows what went down and God knows what the situation was. I'm not, trigger warning, though, that, she was very highly emotional when the police said they walk up, and now they're citing as possible mental health concerns. Like, that rubs me the wrong way. I'm not going to lie. It just does. I mean, at the same time, Excuse me. At the same time, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I got a DM. Bear with me. There was a couple that was in like a month ago at a campground. That was rather Yes, you are right. Oh, look at you. Okay, so this is a really popular area. Like, I would love to go to this national park area in Utah. Beautiful, but desolate as hell and kind of scary in my opinion. Double homicide near missing Gabbie. So this is reported Fox News. Thank you. Joni Mick420. I love that name. Utah investigators not ruling anything out about the double homicide near missing Gabby Petito's incident. Looks like the Grand County Sheriff's Office said today, Wednesday, September 15th, the investigators have not ruled out a potential connection between the two high-profile cases. We're going to have to look into this one. My word. A grisly double homicide that left newlyweds dead and an apparent lover's quarrel involving a woman who has since gone missing. Wait, what? Okay, sorry, we got something trying to play. Okay, what? Okay, sorry. It's okay. I was confused. I thought they were already connecting it, saying that they had like some little quarrel. Okay, got it. Get it. Okay, Amy's tired. We are looking at everything. I mean, anything and everything that is suspicious around the time that we're not ruling anything out at this time. Which, I mean, that's good because it's highly suspect. Because like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get this like, I call it my Sia moment because if you don't, and I'm not talking about Sia in the chat though, love ya, but Sia, S-I-A, the singer, when she gets like a bop, a hit, a tune, she just writes it down. She doesn't change it. She doesn't go with it. So when I read that, I don't know if it's a sixth sense or what it is, but to me, I saw somehow these two things coincide. Like somehow the two of them coincide. Like, did these couples maybe know each other? I don't know. Just a theory, but definitely going to research this because it's going to be a case that we're like going to be covering. So this is just facts and a little bit of theories. No worries, Eileen. You're good. We're just doing the facts of the missing YouTuber and young woman named Gabby. What am I confused about? Petito. Because I love Tito's tacos and it's just making me hungry. But Gabby Petito, she's 22 years old she resided in Florida with her fiance, Brian, but she's originally from Long Island. She was last reported being in Wyoming, doing like a van trip with her boyfriend. They were YouTubers and their content was traveling over the country in a van that they lived in, going to national parks and things like that. There was a domestic violence report on the 12th of August in Moab, Utah. And this is the same area now that we're finding out because of Joni Mick420. Thank you again. That there was a murder, but maybe, how long did it say? A month prior to this? This doesn't even say anything suspicious around the time. Not really anything out. Yes, they were last seen August 13th in Woody's Tavern on Main Street, Moab, and they were found fatally shot in the South Mesa area of La Salle Loop Road 5 days later. Deputies have not identified any suspects. I am sorry, but that is not a coincidence. I am so sorry that's not a coincidence. Maybe oh my. I'm sorry. I'm getting a sixth sense here. I'm not like, I'm trying to play like psychic, but I just feel like these are connected. I'm sorry. Anyways, may they rest in peace. That is horrible. I'm going to share these beautiful women's photo with you guys. Well, this took a turn. Newly engaged August 13th was the last time they were seen, and then they were found a day later, fatally shot. I'm going to grab my water. 2 seconds, guys. I have it. Here it is. Bear with me 1 second. AJ, this is gross. There's it. Dude, don't use my cup. Some weird ass powder substance all up in my cup. Like, my cup. Anyways, that's sushi. I'm hungry. I got coffee for tonight. Switch my water out. I want to stay awake for this. Oh, thank you, Kathy. This is so sad, Kathy. He lawyered up immediately. Yet refusal to speak to the police. I have an issue with that too. Pneumatic static. Hey, everyone. I'm Ass. Hope everyone's having a good night. Hey, Monica. Okay, so yes, this is the couple to the left. And then to the right is Gabbie and Brian. And it says the approximate time and location prompted speculation that the two separate incidents may share a connection, being that looks like, let's see, a friend discovered the victims partially undressed and riddled with bullet wounds around, according to a warrant obtained by Salt Lake City-based Fox 13. The friend worked nearby at a co-op grocery store called Moonflower, the organic herb-scented bodega where Gabby Petito, 22, and Brian Laundrie, 23, got into an emotional argument that prompted the police around August 12th. The proximity of the time and location prompted speculation that the two separate incidents may share another connection. And no charges were filed after the domestic call, but the incident was enough for a third-party witness to call 911. The engaged couple, who had been road tripping across the country in a Ford Transit van since early July, told police that stress and undisclosed mental health issues had been building up ahead of the argument. To be clear, there has been no evidence that the two are connected at this time. However, it's not been ruled out. True. Yeah, there are a lot of people that do get charged without a body. It does happen. It is not out of the question, especially when you're dealing with people that go missing out of these like very rural areas. You can't rule anything out. Bear with me. All right, so I'm first and foremost going to put this, and then I'm going to take that. So call 1-800-CALL-FBI with any tips. This is definitely a national case due to they were traveling nationwide. And I'm going to pop that up on the screen as well. So we have both up. All right. So again, 22 years old, originally from Long Island, New York, moved down to North Point, Florida with fiance, Brian Laundrie. Her name again is Gabby Petito. And she was a YouTuber, a vlogger that vlogged about van life and traveling over the country, going to national parks and living in very like green. And I watched some of her videos. She was like, just the way they lived was inspiring. I was like, I am not an outdoorsy person, but like I could get down with that van. Like, I don't know. It was just adorable. Maybe only for like a weekend, but still. I would be willing to try it. I'm not gonna lie. My kids would love it. Like maybe for a summer. So again, Laundrie meanwhile drove back to Florida, to the Florida Gulf Coast town of North Point, where they spent where their trip began. So basically, they went there all the way around Utah, Wyoming, back to Florida. And he returned on September 1st. The van was recovered by police at his family's home on September 11th. The North Point Police Department named him a person of interest in the investigation, like we said in the beginning, today, and said he is not cooperating with authorities. As a father, so this is a quote, it says, "As a father, I can imagine the pain and the suffering Gabby's family is going through. We are pleading with anyone, including Brian, to share information with us about her whereabouts in the past few weeks. The lack of information from Brian is hindering this investigation." And that was a quote from the Northport Police Chief Todd Garrison from today, Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. So Petito's family has also expressed frustration at Laundrie's lack of cooperation. The families need to, his families just basically lawyered up, gave him the lawyer's information and said, talk to our lawyer. So the lawyer did speak up, as Terry said. Let's see here. I'm going to bring you up, Terry. Do you know what happened with the lawyer, what he said? Give me 2 seconds. Because I've got too many articles up and we're going to drop a few of them. Let me check in with you guys too. I agree, Sam and his family is. The boyfriend fiance knows something or he did it. True. I watched a few van life videos and I was very intrigued, but I'm high maintenance for that life, right? I'm both. I'm like high maintenance sometimes and I'm not feeling so good. It's been a stressful day. I'm sorry. Good night. Good night, Pretty Pistols. I hope you feel very much better. Also, he's an adult, so his parents shouldn't even speak on his behalf. Right? He's 23 years old. Let him speak for his damn self. What is that noise? A transformer moving in? Like a big old truck. I believe whatever happened the night the police came was her last day. I agree. I think so, because I think that's around this last time her dad spoke to her. And the contact with the mom, she says, feels suspect.
I agree with that. Agree with you. You tell me when you're ready.
Hello. How are you? Hold on, let me fix your mic.
Hello. Fix my mic, honey, please.
There we go.
She always has to fix me. The news statement
says some people are louder and lower. And
I'm telling you,
it's nothing I can do.
It's these earbuds. Is it better now?
Oh no, you're fine. It was because I literally had you lower last night because like between it was like when Amanda was up here, but then I found out Amanda's volume was really low, and I was like, that's why I can't fucking hear her. Like,
oh my god. Well, I didn't know what I was like. You know what? I don't know what's going on.
Those things. Well, I think it just depends on like your location when you go live. Like sometimes it's better service and sometimes it's not. Like it's fucking cell phones. Still magic.
I'm gonna be honest.
With a K.
But
sorry. Never mind. We're not doing
hard
that.
One.
Stay on topic.
One today. Yeah, stay on topic. Somebody just fell. I'm like, wait a minute. Stay on topic just now. Wait a minute. As long as they're not coming in on me. I hope they are. Wherever they may be up there. I don't want to laugh though.
Y'all, are you okay? They say, yeah, then you can laugh.
No, they're fine if they would be doing some.
Your daughter's so cute. Like she's 7. Like I never thought. Like I don't know. I felt grown up last night when your 7-year-old daughter or however your middle one was looking for a nose piercing. And I felt so bad for. I was like, that damn piercing, Terry. I was like, but you're blind. What is she gonna do? We're fucked.
Well, I know I was, and I took that flashlight on my phone.
And I was like, oh shit. The blind.
I had to take my hand. Was with the hand, baby. I had to take my hand and like rub it really hard. I was scared it was gonna get stuck, but I didn't. I found it though. And she stopped crying.
Oh,
Okay. This is one
don't
that
get
I've
this.
got up. Okay. I got one up here. Okay. It says in a news statement, Laundrie's lawyer says he still won't speak to the police. In my experience, intimate partners are often the first person law enforcement focuses their attention on in cases like
Yeah.
this. And the warning that any statement made will be used against you is true, regardless of whether my client had anything to do with Miss Petito's disappearance. The statement from attorney Stephen Bertolino said, as such, on the advice of counsel, Mr. Laundrie is not speaking on this matter. So really and truthfully to me, that's not kind of really a statement, but it says on here that Bertolino said the police naming Laundrie as a person of interest in this case won't change his decision. Mr. Laundrie will continue to remain silent on the advice of his counsel.
What?
End quote. And I'm like, okay, what kind of statement is this? And the
They're
next
using the
after
Fifth Amendment.
that, well, yeah, the latest decision comes after Petito's family called out Laundrie for refusing to cooperate with authorities. Well, I'm going to say if that were me, and I'm not guilty, I'm talking. We are going to have a come to Jesus talk, and we're going to figure this out together. And I'm going to be, well, I would never maybe have left her. I don't get the driving all the way back to Florida and her own. That's her vehicle. I've looked everything up. That's his. That's not registered to him. It's her vehicle. Where'd you leave her? I mean, it's pretty damning on
You were
him.
stranded or somewhere, or you did something to her. So, like, and you're not going to tell anybody? Like, what the?
Even if she slipped, maybe some of those pictures kind of looked a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie.
That happens all the time. Have you ever seen those videos?
Yeah, yes. And I'm
People
looking
post their
across there
life
and I'm
on social
going,
media photos and
yeah.
stuff. Like, yes. I mean, just being in the wilderness in general. Thank you, Coffee Cash and Crazies.
I said, thank you, honey. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say we are gonna have to know each other for a hot minute, like a long hot minute, before I'm going to actually go anywhere in that little deserty looking high up place that I may have that chance of just slipping a little bit, or maybe kind of push me over a little bit, saying bye bye. No, I mean that would scare the crap out of me. Just looking over that scares me just a little bit. Mm-mm. I do like the vehicle now that you brought that up. I want to say I do like the vehicle. Okay. I'm looking at it a little
Here's
bit
just a
better. And
snippet of the police report. It says so this is incident, and it was Daniel Scott Robbins was a police officer, I think. It said, after I sat Gabrielle in the back seat of my car, I asked Brian to step out of the vehicle to speak with me. He told me that both suffer from blank, and although her blank is more advanced than his, issues between the two had been building over the last few days. This in turn caused them to argue more than usual. Brian told me neither him nor Gabrielle take medication for their blank. Brian, I'm going to guess it's ADHD, but shouldn't assume. Brian explained that he and Gabrielle have been traveling together in the last 4 or 5 months. That time he spent created emotional strain between him and the increased number of arguments. While arguing near Main Street, he had attempted to separate from her, so it's very small, sorry, and so that they could both calm their emotions. He got into the van, and Gabrielle had gone into a manic state. Brian said Gabrielle, thinking he was going to leave her in Moab without a ride, went to slap him. As Gabrielle started to swing, Brian pushed her away to avoid the slap. As a result, Gabrielle, off balance, but still caught Brian's face with some fingers, causing some minor visible scratches. Brian continued that when he had seen my lights, he thought Gabrielle had grabbed the wheel of the van and pulled it, causing the van to hit the curb. I observed some small scratches to Brian's right arm, and when I asked him about them, he suppose that it must have happened when Gabrielle was trying to get his attention about me being behind them with my lights on. This, however, was not consistent with Gabrielle's statement, further suggesting her confused and emotional state. After evaluating the totality of the circumstances, I do not believe that the situation escalated to the level of domestic violence or domestic assault as much as that of a mental health crisis. I then determined that most appropriate course of action would be to help separate the partners for the night so they could reset their mental state without interference from one another. And although they did express the desire to remain together, they both ultimately agreed to go separate ways until the following day. Accordingly, I was able to contact Safe Haven and get Brian a hotel room for the night. I instructed both Brian and Gabbie to take advantage of this time apart to relax their emotions and regain control of their anxiety. I also asked them to avoid contacting each other until the next morning, if at all possible. Gabrielle maintained possession of the van while I transported Brian to the motel. They did both have their own cell phones in case of emergency. Around 1900 hours, I went to Blank, where witness Christopher Blank lived, and asked him to fill out a statement form. Christopher told me that he was not entirely sure that what he had seen, but feared the worst, which is why he came forward as a witness and agreed to complete a written statement. Bodily camera video is available on evidence.com. The statement.
So we might need to do that.
Yeah. The statement from Christopher has been filed with Moab City Police Department and a report. Okay, but it only details what Brian says. It doesn't detail what, if at all, he had a conversation with Gabbie. I'm just saying, this
How
is
about
Utah.
if it's on the
highly
other?
Mormon.
If it,
There's a highly Mormon state. I mean, they don't respect women. They respect them, but it's old. I don't know how to explain it without sounding some sort of culturalist. But I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? They're a little old school. They're a little old school when it comes to women and male rights. You know.
I kind of have to agree with you on that. I do have an article that is from People. Of course, y'all know I'm a People person. I love my People magazine. And it's very short. And this right here just knocks me a little bit further to pointing my finger somewhere. I don't want to point, but I'm going to point still. It says the boyfriend of missing Long Island, New York woman, Gabby Petito, has been identified as a person of interest in her disappearance. Authorities in Florida announced during a press conference Wednesday. Northport police want to talk to Brian Laundrie, 23, but have not been able to meet with him about what happened to Petito. Josh Taylor, a police spokesman, told reporters that officers knocked on the front door at Laundrie's parents' home on Saturday. The department asked if they could meet with Laundrie and his parents, but were told to contact their lawyer. Taylor said that Laundrie had been home for 10 days before Petito's parents reported her missing. Taylor said no search warrant had been issued for the Laundrie home where Brian and Petito were living prior to their cross-country trek. Petito was reported missing on September 11th, and it does give pictures, of course. And it says, we are interested in talking with him. Petito last had contact with her relatives on the 25th of August when she was near Teton National Park in Jackson, Wyoming. They were crossing the United States in her white 2012 Ford Transit van bearing Florida license plates, and they were documenting their travels on YouTube. So, why would you not, if you're not guilty of something, I mean, even if you just left her there, why would you not just say, hey, maybe I left her there, and I was mad. Right or no?
Yes. I mean, if you look at these pictures, it's beautiful, but it's desolate as hell. Like, it's...
You're not getting me out there.
I love it. I mean, I think it's beautiful. Like, this is Archer Park.
Oh, no, I agree. I totally agree with you. I 120% agree. But it scares the hell out of me to think that just,
Yeah.
2 people alone, and even
Just
if I knew
police?
you for 40 years, I'm not doing it. Mm-mm.
I didn't know it was so
It is
like
pretty.
desperate up here until Utah's not too far
Mm.
from.
Oh yeah, Utah's where who lives? Post Malone. Oh,
It's out in the middle of
I got.
nowhere, no wonder. I
Hmm.
mean, that's desolate, and that's the town, kind of like wow.
Mm, I
Oh,
couldn't do it.
hi, Utah.
It is very pretty, but it's just that's not somewhere that I
We're
don't
just in
know.
a tent with some RVs. Like I can't. I wish I could. Like I would love to. I wish I was the person that could. I'd probably have a panic attack the minute I got outside.
That's what I was about to say. Could you imagine even leaning close to the edge of that and looking over? No.
Hmm.
It is beautiful. It would be a lifetime. It would be a really big dream. I mean, she was very intelligent. She worked for the Mayo Clinic. She's very educated, very highly educated. I've looked up her education. I can't find much on him, but as for her, very educated. She's had
Thank you,
great jobs.
Melissa.
She's been interns at different places within the Mayo Clinic and researching. High regards on her. Can't find a lot on him, and that kind of bothers me a little bit.
It's just that's weird though. Like I try to activate my lights and shit.
I go there with you. It is beautiful. I will not doubt or say it's not. It's very beautiful, but you'd have to put a rope around me and hold me or something. I gotta find that other police. Did you find the other police report, or do I need to pull that?
No, I didn't. It's only got that one page on Fox. I have a video with
Hold
the
on.
whole thing, but I don't want to play their video. It's Fox.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't
Some
want to go
tabs
there,
here.
but
You can see.
they had
Um,
it where I could download it earlier.
it's really weird that he's refusing to tell police where she was last. I don't see any reason behind that. It's ugh.
Mm. I mean, if you don't have anything to hide, you would be willing to say whatever that, and to show that, hey, I'm innocent in all of this. But if you do have a little bit of something, hmm, kind of probably aren't going to say much, are you? And you lawyered up that quick. Um,
Also, again, Petito is from Blue Point, New York. She's described as 5'5". She's 110 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes, several tattoos. One tattoo is on her forearm that reads "Let it be."
the luminol would be great if he hasn't already cleaned it. I mean, if they didn't report her missing. You got to think 10 days after the fact of him being back in Florida. Luminol will be wonderful if he hasn't already done some things as far as that cleaning process, and that's not it's not hard to clean. Sad fact. And you can replace carpet within those vehicles.
Mhm.
That makes me mad to think about that, but yeah. But she is someone's daughter. She's very highly intelligent young lady, and I'm I'm just hopeful that
Innocent
she's
people just flare up and stay silent.
maybe
Nope.
she's trekking around there. Come on. Is everybody's
Yeah, the
Wi-Fi
last
going
couple
slow
of
tonight?
posts on her IG were suspect because she was known for geotagging everything. In her last two posts, she did not geotag anything. So that was weird and stood out to the police that, were just new at looking her profile. So it stood out to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And it was taken down, if you remember, and all of a sudden it was put back up. So I don't know what happened in that time period, and the police did not do that. They're aware of it now, but that it's back up and it just mysteriously popped back up. Now her family has lashed out against him, though. Did see that, right? They have asked, how could you do this to Gabbie? Thank you,
This
Voices.
is actually new as of 14 minutes ago. Let me share this article. Brian Laundrie's Instagram spammed as Gabby Petito's search continues. It has been 2 weeks since 22-year-old Gabby Petito went missing. Now fans are spamming Brian's Instagram asking him about the missing girl's whereabouts. Gabby reported missing from Suffolk County Police Department.
Shh. Thank you, Voices.
$1 super sticker. Oh, wait. This thing. Hit this computer. Did the audio cut out?
I think I lost you because I couldn't hear you.
Rules. 2 more.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can. Yes, ma'am.
Damn it. BRB. Asia, what are you doing?
I'm going to go get the thing. Hurry.
Okay. What is on the Wi-Fi?
Well, we now have 2 devices that need Wi-Fi. I'll
Can you hear me now?
flip them off.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear her? I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me now?
Okay.
Sorry. I think it connected to
Yes,
my freaking Alexa. Okay, Alexa, stop doing weird things. I'm plugging this. Hold on. She's not even plugged in. Okay, that's weird. What? Anyways, thank you again. Voices Behind the Wall. Share. Thank you so much. I guess I didn't hear the report. Okay, let me start over. Sorry. So it looks like fans have been spamming as of 14. Oh, wait. Where did the report go? Oh.
Okay.
So Brian Laundrie's Instagram is being spammed as Gabby's Petito's search continues. It looks like people are spamming his Instagram asking about the missing girl's whereabouts. Let's see here. Brian, who's returned home in the couple's van, has become a person of interest. Nothing really new in this report except for his Instagram is being spammed by people. Oh my God, AJ, come on. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Thank you. Stop.
May I ask where you stopped on the police report, by the way?
The police report, I think I got the last page because it was just the end of the police report.
Okay, was it page 1? I got the full. You had 4. Okay. I'm looking to see if I can find through here where her name is mentioned.
Hold on 2 seconds, guys. Okay. You can do what's it called? Instagram, send it to me. Bear with us, guys. This is live sometimes. New case, so lots moving. I put an ad blocker on my freaking thing, and the only way to use, it's not working. Let's just put it that way. It's not working. So again, she was, let me see. The incident about the physical altercation took place on August 12th in Moab, Utah. Oh my God. Okay, we're not using NBC News anymore. They got too many ads.
No, I'm trying to I want to share this stupid thing with you, but I'm like, I need to put my Instagram on this computer.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm kidding. Sorry, I was reading that.
I was like, are you serious right now? You did to me.
Let's see. Brian. You think he would, right?
Okay, I see where you got it. You got it right there. Okay. Okay, I'll just go through this really quick. Because it's really not. It's not a long, lengthy paragraph at all with hers. The officer just says he approached the vehicle and saw the only occupants being Gabrielle and Brian. Gabrielle, who was in the passenger's seat, was crying uncontrollably. I asked Gabrielle to get out of the vehicle to speak with me. Gabrielle told me that she also suffers from, and it's marked out. She continued, because of her blank and blank, combined with little arguments she and Brian have been having that day, she was struggling with her mental health, which led to the incident that was reported to the law enforcement. Gabrielle stated that when she saw my lights, she hit Brian in the arm to get his attention, when in turn caused him to hit the curb. And I think you've already read this part. While I was following them, I asked Gabrielle if her intention was to hurt Brian, and her response was that she did not intend to hurt him, but rather get his attention to notice me as I was behind them with my lights on. At no point in my investigation did Gabrielle stop crying, breathing heavily, or compose a sentence without needing to wipe away tears, wipe her nose, or rub her knees with her hands. Oh. Okay. So they both suffer from what's marked out, which we're going to correlate with mental health.
Right, Sam? Of course people are going to spam him 100%. I have a theory, maybe the murderer, maybe he murdered that couple and Gabbie wanted to report it, I just had the same thought, hence the disruption.
Whoa.
And then just leaving her or silencing her because she couldn't keep quiet. That's what I had a feeling of, because that would explain the like hysterical crying. Maybe he was considering running. This is just a theory, but maybe he was considering running. That's why she pulled the car, made them swerve to make it like, just in case those lights weren't on behind them, like, hello, help me. I cannot believe, like.
Well, it does state that there were visible, like they were minor scratches that were visible though.
Well, I don't know about Utah, but in Washington, if there's any marks or any witnesses, the police do not have an option. And this is why. Because if the police would have just put one of them in custody for the night to keep, like, because God knows if they were really separated all night or just an hour. Like, have you ever argued with someone that you're in a couple, like, you think that you can just let it go for a night? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Like,
well, it does state, though, Amy, the officer did get him a place at Safe Haven for the night.
Right. She has a mobile van. Like, she could easily go there and either stay the night at the hotel with him.
That's where I'm going with that. I wonder if, because he transported, she maintained possession of that van, and the officer transported him to that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And they both had their own individual cell phones in case of emergencies. That does state that. It says Christopher told me that he was not entirely sure what it is he had seen, but feared the worst, which is why he came forward as a witness and agreed to complete a written statement. Okay, I need to get this over so you can put this in a file, but I'll have to do this.
I'm just.
So that kind of makes me wonder, huh? I mean, they were investigating him for victim of battered boyfriend syndrome. This is insane. But she does It does stipulate here that she did say that she suffers from serious anxiety. Okay, so both of them apparently both suffer from that.
Okay, no, that couldn't be, because the couple was last seen at the Woody's Tavern on Friday, August 13th. Okay, their incident took place on the 12th. So no, the two Yeah, that the freak out and this have nothing to do with it because that happened prior to these women being murdered.
Correct. Because they filed these reports on the 13th and an incident took place on the 12th. You are correct.
I just wanted to, I could have sworn it was like 12th, 13th. I was like, wait a minute. No one followed them. Okay, so never mind that theory. They do say that they were forced out. However, a friend of theirs, from what I'm reading on abc4.com, and I'll share the article about this murdered couple. It looks like a friend of the couple said, no, wait. Schuler's father told Cindy Sue Hunter, the reporter, a friend of the couple. Oh my God. The father of one of the girls told one of their friends that a creeper dude, air quotes, had recently caused them to move their camp. So was the creeper dude? We'll never know because obviously they're no longer with us. But who was the creeper dude moving them out of their spot? You know what I mean? Authorities were also reviewing 2 vehicles belonging to Schuler and Turner. Okay. For the deaths, ruled double homicide. The couple was last seen at a bar on Friday the 13th, around 9:30 p.m. We were all live that night. Jeez, that sucks, man. I can remember what I was doing the night that these women were last seen. Fuck. A post of the tavern's Facebook post says these 2 women were very much in love with each other and their focus and attention were always on one another. There's obviously someone that was mad about that. They were in a Mormon state, lesbian couple. Sounds like a hate crime. Sorry, their pants were pulled down and they were shot. So sounds like a hate crime. Now, it'd be great if someone that knows this guy could come forward and let people know like what his personality was like, if he was at all, you know, not a big fan of the LGBTQ. How close was the fight incident? They were very newly married. Let's see here. Gabbie. Nicole Schmidt claims his daughter.
Are you on?
Weeks. I'm looking at a different one now. Connecting the 2. So it says Gabbie was last seen on August 24th when she checked out of a hotel with her fiance Brian Laundrie in Salt Lake City, Utah. Some reports have referred to Laundrie as just her boyfriend. The following day, she reportedly made her final call to her family, telling them that she and Laundrie had traveled to Grand Teton Park National Park in Wyoming. While Petito's last post on Instagram on August 25th, she was visiting the Monarch Wall in Ogden, Utah, and captioned the photo, "Happy Halloween." Laundrie's last post was shared August 13th. It was geotagged Moab, Utah, a place famous for its red rock geological structures. His long photo caption reads, human. Oh, this is, yeah, and his is still, it says no posts now, so he's deleted all his posts. Just to share that with you guys. Let's see. So this is Gabby's page. And let me see if I go back one. Then we have his page. Oh.
She's the beautiful girl, I think.
So these are the 2 posts that are in question. So this is the last post on her page. And it just says her name, Happy Halloween. And she was a very beautiful girl. However, most of her posts have geotags, and the last 2 did not.
Okay. I like that. I like that picture. It's beautiful.
And someone just posted on her page, "I don't know you, but I'm praying you're safe and harmed. You remind me of my beautiful daughters, and I just can't imagine the heartache your family is feeling." Oh. They remind me of she reminds me of your daughters.
No, but no, she does look like Skylar when Skylar's hair was that color of blonde. Now her hair is a total
I mean,
different
just like
color
the
of blonde
spirit,
now.
the same ages. Like it's just like, oh, to take someone so young and God, it doesn't. Oh,
Eesh.
I know I'm sorry. Like it's his
I
fault,
think,
regardless
yeah.
if he did something to her, like actually did something to her, or if he just stranded her in that rural ass place. Like that is still his fault if something happened to her. He's still held responsible, or
I
should
agree.
be, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could change that later down the line. God knows stuff might come out, but right now with him not talking and lawyering up, like it's like
And
straight
also,
out of a
why?
freaking
Yeah,
like Law and Order show or something. Like who does that?
correct. But yeah, well, exactly. And why when her parents asked, where did you last see her? He wouldn't tell them. Like, how could you not tell them? How would you not know? You would know. He refused to tell them. I don't understand that. And now her stepfather and another family friend are on ground. They're searching for her.
But law enforcement isn't assisting with that search in Utah.
No.
It's just the family. Which I'm like,
Yes.
what? You legitimately were just like, this girl's scratching and pushing this guy away from her and stuff, but let's not look for her. The fuck? You already failed her
this is
once. Could you at least look
crazy.
for her? I'm sorry. No offense. I'm not the
Well,
biggest
no,
fan.
no, you're right though, because I know here it's the same as there. If there's any kind of altercation of any sort, period, somebody's going. Take your pick. That's a fact, because what happens typically after, if they didn't do it, they don't give that cooling off period as they used to call it. Well, sometimes bad things can happen.
I didn't read about him having any prior or anything. They're pretty young and
I
clean
can't find
records.
anything prior. I've looked into nothing prior
I mean, he seems
on
like
either.
a loving boyfriend, fiance that would be, from all the videos I've seen of them and in all their travels, like you think he would be distraught and just like talking if it just doesn't make sense. It's, he's seen very loving and they smiling and I mean, shit happens, man. Like, but
Something's gonna have to happen though. He's gonna have to speak. You can't hold. There's no way that you can hold back and not. I mean, you can cling to that Fifth Amendment right because you do have that. But your last one that was seen with her, you drove her vehicle all the way back home without
is it like a
her.
big hippie
You
community in
refused a
Utah?
lot of things.
Non-Mormon areas of Utah.
Let's see.
Ogden. Looks like the biggest one. Is it still really pretty? It is pretty. North City of Salt Lake City. Whoa. And you think Summer Wells area is rural. I mean, this is rural. Like, you got
The only
trees,
thing that I have
deserts,
found,
water,
Sam,
like
is
an ocean on one
is
side.
once he got home, they lawyered up, and his parents was with the parents were right there with that as far as the lawyer. Now he may have called his mom and dad and said, "Hey, I'm on my way back. Gonna need a lawyer." I don't know that to be fact. I just know that when the police knocked on the door to speak to him, the parents said, "You're gonna have to contact our lawyer."
I'm gonna look
And
that
that's
up.
per their police department. And that's crazy, but yeah, that's per their police department. And I think it's nuts.
Oh, you're on it. Family missing 20 refusing. Sorry.
I mean, cooperation is everything. You should cooperate. If you're not guilty of anything, cooperate. Please cooperate, because that's somebody's baby.
Police got Laundrie's lawyer. It doesn't say. I know it is the family lawyer, so I think it's been their lawyer. That's what it reads as, but that's just my assumption. Tourist attractions scours over surveillance footage. So there's a tourist attraction called Monarch. They're searching through the surveillance of. That was like where her last photo on her page was taken.
And they do look very much so in love.
And another awful
mean, I had
missing
to say
person
this.
story. Someone's daughter, sister, granddaughter. Well, you'd say fiance, but obviously that didn't matter to this guy.
Exactly.
Not being salty again. I don't know. Like, dude, if you just left her somewhere, like, speak now, because, like, let me tell you, like, you should say so now before she's, like, really gone. Like, that would be my plea to these people. Like, don't be dumb. Don't think you're going to get away with it. Like, do something now when there's still a chance, if they're, like, out there wandering the desert of Utah, or give this family of a very young 22-year-old girl some closure. Like,
well, it seems like both parents are coming hard now. Let's see what they've got to say. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
He returned home on the 1st, and she wasn't reported missing until the 11th by her family.
Yeah, 10
so
days.
He just comes home with her van. Like, what did he expect? Like, what? Like, what in the hell? Like, I'm sorry. What? My question is to everyone, truly. Like, a lot of us have kids or nieces or nephews. Like, what would you do? Like, what?
Oh, you would be telling me where my baby was. I'm going to be honest. You would be telling me
but if you were the
my baby.
parents and your son rolls up, or daughter, in their soon-to-be spouse's vehicle, they're like nowhere to be found, and they're just like,
we're going to have a talk. We're going to have a major
I
sit down
wouldn't
and
lawyer up and protect him like that. Like, I don't know.
No.
I mean, I probably would, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one. No, that's someone else's child. I would, as a mother, as much as you want to protect your kids, at the same time, you want to protect all kids, because that's why most of this that I do. I mean, 22-year-old girl is still a kid in my mind, like at 22, I thought I was grown, but now at 36, I know I was not. I also know I'm not grown now still. So, like,
I found something interesting here.
Let's see. Did they have an expected date to be back home? That's not being mentioned that I can
found
see.
One, but they're saying that Florida has taken the case over, and now I've come across this here from her family, and it says every day the search for Gabbie continues. The Smith and Petito family becomes more desperate. They are frantically searching for answers and information in their daughter's disappearance while Brian sits in the comfort of his home. Brian claims he wants to sit in the background while we search for Gabbie in the wilderness. Oh, man. Of the national parks. Brian left Gabbie in the wilderness with grizzly bears and wolves while he sits in the comfort of his home. In his home is what this is what it says. And it says, that's when, like, the attorney, okay, we've got an attorney speaking again, still stating none of them, they're not going to be speaking on this matter. That's exactly what they're saying. That's including his parents. They're not going to be speaking on this matter.
What? The matter of his...
Even the parents, his parents are refusing to speak as well. This is insanity to me, because I don't know. Oh, this is bad. They say that he is hindering this investigation, that he is very much so hindering it by not speaking to them. The only communication, of course, the police will still say they have is the statement through that attorney saying he and his family are staying in the background during the search. They will remain in the background. That's where they're going to stay. And the police are saying that's not looking good on them by remaining in the background. We need details. This is what Police Chief Todd Garrison and just like Taylor has spoken on. As of right now, they have no reason to believe a crime was committed in the city of Northport. Well, of course not. I mean, this is not even, I mean, I can't believe this. And their agency is looking for video footage, but doesn't know yet whether it will be helpful. Police are also looking into reports that Petito's Instagram account had been taken down. Let's see, her parents reported her missing on the 11th, of course, after not hearing from her since late August, when she and Laundrie were believed to be at the Grand Teton National Park. Taylor said police are working with the agencies where the pair were, and that's in Utah, where the pair were reportedly involved in a domestic incident that resulted in no charges. And then, of course, they're asking for that hotline that you gave out to be called. But I don't understand. Maybe because he lives in Florida, and that's where she also resided with them. But it didn't happen there. So it would be like it would not be their jurisdiction. I mean, I'm not in, this is not my field. I'm not into the law. I'm just kind of speculating there. I mean,
Well, that's the thing. It's like a national case. The FBI, I think from what I heard today, I don't know if it's mostly being taken over by the FBI because A, they'll probably get the quickest results, and B, it's national, being that they were traveling state to state. I mean, of course, like the Florida police are involved, but there's not really much they can do because they, she
yeah,
didn't
her
go
mom's
missing in Florida.
pissed.
She
I
went
mean, this
missing
girl's
in
mama is
Orlando,
pissed.
Florida.
She
Well,
said
I
you
would be pissed.
selfishly remained silent while Gabbie is all alone in the wilderness. How could you do this to Gabbie? Your silence is reprehensible. We beg you to do the right thing and help us bring Gabbie home. Brian, whatever happened in
Exactly,
Wyoming
Sam.
happened. The only thing you can control is what you do now. Tell us where Gabbie is. This statement goes on and on. And who asked about what type of attorney the family had as
I
far
don't know.
as
Does it say?
I'm
I think
going.
Sam did.
I was gonna see who asked that question. I know that someone had asked that question. Was it said in there? Did someone ask that question? Or no?
Yeah. Someone asked that question. I think it was Sam in the chat. It
Okay.
says the trip that they were on was well documented on social media until Petito allegedly disappeared off of social media somewhere near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. The couple documented most of their trip, which started in July, on a YouTube vlog called Van Life. Videos showed them doing things like laughing, kissing, and cooking out of their van. Her last text to her family was, I don't believe this is correct, it says August 30th. I think it was August 25th, right? They became worried. It's a new story, so some places are, this was as of yesterday, so yesterday morning, so it's a little, we're not going to go by that. Moab Police Department in Utah independently confirmed Tuesday the police were called to an incident. We talked about that. No more details on the incident were reported. This is as of yesterday, so we have heard more details of that incident. No dad wants to see their daughter cry. If I would have seen a red flag, I'd be all up in arms, he said. That was Gabbie's father. He said he never saw any red flags in Laundrie's character ahead of Gabbie's disappearance. However, Joe Petito said he doesn't understand why Laundrie wouldn't want to voluntarily speak with officers about his daughter's disappearance. Yeah. He says, and I quote, "You would think someone would want to cooperate with police if you love them and you call them your fiance. That just makes sense to me. But, I guess he had a different idea." And that's the quote from her father, Joe Petito. He says he hopes people keep Gabbie at the top of their minds and continue to circulate photos of her. He also encouraged recent travelers to scour their photos for photos that might include her. Anyone who's been in any of these national parks that we've mentioned. Gabby Petito is 5'5". Weighs 110 pounds. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, several tattoos, including one across her forearm that reads, "Let it be." And again, 1-800 call FBI is the number. I believe it's on the screen. Yep, that was it. Because all the tips are being filtered through the FBI. I hope this one is, we're still going to continue to update on Summer Wells, but this is definitely one that is like, what in the hell? This is another one of those. It's like, what? We got one family that's talking way too much in circles. Now we got this loved one who's not talking at all, her fiance. It's,
Yeah, that's correct.
people
And this little attorney is he's all over the board, man.
disgraceful.
Civil, personal, criminal. He is a criminal. A contact disclaimer, law office, legal, real estate, land use law, commercial litigation, personal injury law. I mean, he's all over the board. But he's out of New York, and I'm a little bit that's confusing. But maybe
Now I'm
he's
looking
able to
at
practice in Florida.
His is bizarre. His Instagram is bizarre, BIZARRE _ design __. He's got 1,491 followers, and he's only following 741. Not a very big page. There's no posts anymore. He's deleted all of them. And then a fiance, and then that takes you to Gabby's page. Just Gabs Petito, all one word. She has like 10 times him. She's got 114K following. And hers is just, she's got her hashtag van life, her YouTube, and just, so I'm going to clearly put up her Instagram so we can look at pictures of her like her family wished. Because again, she was known for traveling. So if anyone's been on vacation this summer that might come across this video.
Ooh. Did you see the photo he
Yeah,
just shared?
he
It
just
says,
shared?
listen, it's a post on his Instagram, and it says, "Till death do us part." And he's got some, I don't know about this man. This man's a little bit, I don't know.
Wait, what? Let me see.
It says, "Chilling, missing update," and it's from the fiance. Yeah. "Till death do us part." What's wrong with this man?
Oh, you're right. There's a story.
Yeah. Well, I'm good. I'm thinking that this guy's just
We're
guilty as
just
is
at the
guilty.
starting point of this race. Please come back to me, Gabs. I miss you so much. Did you see these? Okay, here, let me show this.
Yeah, you need to show some of those. This is crazy.
This is weird. Has this been reported? Okay, so this is his stories. Are you seeing a post? Because I'm not seeing a post. I'm just seeing these stories. So I'm seeing 5 hours ago, we're just at the starting point of this race. Please come back to me, Gabs. I miss you so much.
That's one of them.
And that's all I'm seeing. But that's enough. Like, just what? And it's this like same shared photo. Is this like really him? Hold on a second. I think you guys, it's a small crowd sticking around. Okay, that was a fake account. Give me a second.
I'm like, I hope so. No.
I'm just seeing one as of August 13th. I don't see anything recent.
Okay, and maybe this is John.
This one is definitely, because this is followed by Gabbie. Okay, so this is his real Instagram. Very similar name, Bizarre Designs, but just a little different. That was a fake account. They got me. I'm not, So Bizarre Design, just only one underscore at the end. This one you can see van life, followed by Gabbie. Same kind of photos taken. So confusing to me, like how you can have all these beautiful moments with a person and yet they're nowhere to be found and you're just not speaking. How does that
Yeah.
even work?
And unless it was something so traumatic that he had to get the hell out of there and he ran for his own life. But I can't imagine leaving behind the love of my life.
Cute.
She's beautiful. She is just beautiful.
Just so unfortunate. Ugh. We don't even know what has happened. It's so new, but it's just like, hopefully he speaks soon because this, or someone speaks up. I mean, exactly, I'd never leave my fiance and then not speak about it. Where's her phone? Did they ping it?
That's one of the things I'm looking
Oh,
for right there is that
there's
it's
very
I
few. There's details, but not like a whole lot. A lot of different ones scattered between a lot of different little reports.
I mean, her stepfather's speaking out 6 minutes ago, because they're on the ground looking, and he's begging, do the right thing, help us.
Mhm.
This is awful.
And then I believe there's a GoFundMe.
I want to check something real quick. I'm gonna mute so I can research.
You're good.
I'm gonna put this in real quick and just see
No,
because
you're fine.
people have asked questions about the parents, so I
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go to
want to
Reddit.
do that really fast. Just
about
a
it. No, you're good. I'll just share the Reddit about his. One thing I do like Reddit for is it is a good like sounding board for others that are looking for other missing people or interested in missing people cases. So I'm gonna check Reddit. I did earlier. Surprisingly, you would be surprised. Let's see here. Her name is Gabby with a Y. Let's see. Gabby Petito, Utah police were called. So we got the incident, the police report. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Reddit. All right, so which is this page of? So let's see here. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys. And myself. I need to get me some glasses. Let me check in with you guys. Thank you. Right now, Jean, we're working on a true crime case, so we can definitely check your messages later, but we have a missing persons case we're covering right now.
Okay. It looks like they are from. Okay. Here
Terry,
he is.
Jean's in the chat
What
saying to
happened?
check your DM.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to respond to that or not.
I can't do that because I'm on my phone. I can't check. I don't have a way to check them on here. Like, does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense.
I'm not
But
sharing mine, right? Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I think it
The
was you,
family.
Yeah, not me.
Okay. The family is his family are originally. It seems like they're from New York originally, and maybe they moved later down the road to Northport, Florida.
She was.
Because that's where she was from. That's where she was originally. That's why I'm bringing that kind of up there a little bit, because it seems like that's where they are they are all from. And the mom, of course, and the dad have a business.
Mhm.
It's a CNR Specialty Services, because I'm only bringing this up because I couldn't find employment for him. Does that make sense? A little bit? Anybody?
That's a good one.
Well, I was just
No, yeah, that makes
trying to
sense.
find some type of employment for him because she's got credentials, really great credentials, and apparently they have like a juicer service.
Oh, they're just really healthy. We should live that.
And they started that in New York, and they moved it. It looks like down to Northport, Florida. I'm trying to see if there's a date, time, and I can't find one. But
So,
they moved the business
Gabbie,
down there. If that
I'm
makes
gonna put
sense.
facts in the chat. Petito.
Um,
Wrong. She's from Blue Point, New York. Because it's confusing. Confuse me. Last lived in Northport, Florida.
yes.
Last seen in, what was it, Grand, in Wyoming. I'll just put Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay. And they did pay cash for one home. That's
in quotation marks. Incident August 12th. Reported in Moab, Utah.
okay. His family, it seems like they are well off. They do come from that. They are well established. They
Stay lit.
They have a lot of real estate, especially in both areas. They still have their real estate. It seems like they still have real estate in New York, as well as some substantial real estate in
Mute it.
Florida as well.
I forgot my mouse and didn't mute it.
So let's see. So I mean, I will say that it looks like that they could afford to really lawyer up, if that makes sense, completely. Now, let's see. I need to check and see. I'm gonna check. I'll see about maybe her family, but this family, they're pretty well off and kind of set, it seems, and they have a business that seems like it's really productive.
Damn it, hold on. Hey.
There's Kevin, Kitty. Sorry.
They were barely well off, it seems.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Both families or his family?
Hold on just a minute. I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna check. I was gonna check for a second. You okay?
It's cold.
Oh, of course.
I'm getting Canadian air.
Oh, we know what? Oh, there. Oh, just
it's so cold. At this point in time, it's nice out here. It's gonna be cold. I can see the moon, so it's nice. Did anyone see the moon last night? It was huge. Anyways, do a little break. Oh, never. I will never get used to it. I'm Canada. It's so cold.
I don't like the cold.
I wish I was in the desert, like
No,
that beautiful background there. I'm so sad. The police report. So I got some more of the incident report. Let's see. Arrived on the scene, observed two parked officers. I assisted Officer Robbins in her investigation until I was called away to report an intoxicated male. I also called Chris to get more information from him. All three individuals gave me similar consistent stories, consisting of the basic idea that the driver of the van, a male, had some sort of argument with a female, Gabbie, as I recall, and the male tried to create a distance by telling Gabbie to go take a walk to calm down. She didn't want to be separated from the male and began slapping him. He grabbed her face to push her back. As she pressed upon him in the van, He tried to lock her out and succeeded except for his driver's door. She opened that and then forced her way over him into the vehicle before it drove off. I read this before in the beginning. So these are the reports. No one reported that the male struck the female. Both the male and the female reported that they are in love and engaged to be married and desperately didn't wish to see anyone charged on the crimes. How did the police not make that decision? Like, he's trying to lock her out of her own car. I don't get it.
I don't get that. I know. I did see
Or if
as I'm looking
multiple
through this,
witnesses saw her slap him, how was she not detained? I don't understand. Like,
and the scratches, by the way.
right, so she was clearly physically assaulted him, regardless if it was. I mean, separate them. Put one in. I don't think putting one in a hotel and just being like, "Okay, night," it was like the way to go.
Now, her family did lawyer up as well. I failed to mention that part. They did lawyer up as well. So both families do have lawyers. They both have lawyers.
The van with both male and female witnesses describe the vehicle: white Ford Transit van, black ladder on the rear. Trying to see if there's anything about what she said. Okay, yeah, it does. Sorry about that. So from earlier, she was interviewed and says he approached the vehicle, asked Gabrielle, who was in the passenger seat, crying uncontrollably, to get out of the vehicle and speak with me. The officer says Gabrielle told me that she suffers from blank with blank, and she continued because of her and blank, her blank and blank, and combined with a little arguments she and Brian had been having that day, she was struggling with her mental health, which led to the incident that was reported to law enforcement. Gabrielle stated that when she saw my lights, she hit Brian in the arm to get his attention, which in turn caused him to hit the curb. While I was following, but rather get his attention to notice me as I was behind them with my lights. Wait, what? She did not intend to hurt him, but to get my attention. Okay, I get it. At no point in my investigation did Gabrielle stop crying, breathing heavily, or compose a sentence without needing to wipe away tears, wipe her nose, or rub her knees with her hands. So she was clearly emotionally distraught.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh yeah, no incident. Let's just, yeah. The fuck?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
After I sat Gabrielle in the backseat of my car, I asked Brian to step out of the vehicle to speak with me. And then that's where I read earlier. He told him that they suffer from X, Y, and Z, that hers is more advanced. Of course, that's what he said. Issues between the two had been building over the last few days. So those are the last 2 pages. And as someone in Reddit says, this adds more. What the fuck? This just adds more. What the fuck? Like 100%. Like 100%. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, she was so upset and crying, wiping her nose, her knees. And here I'll put my information at the bottom because I don't think there's much more triggering at this point. Contact info to send anything is amesybeled@gmail.com or IG and what's the other thing? Twitter DMs at amesybeled. And let me take the picture. I'll check in with you guys. Gotta get used to it. AMZ, the Canadian Air.
No
worries. I'm out. Poor girl. Can I send a link to something I saw? Yes. Let me check my inbox. Requests.
Let's see.
Oh, no, says here not blocked. I just haven't accepted messages.
What?
I have a lot of more requests. Okay, primary.
Let's see. Okay, now.
Okay. Someone's like, this was posted in someone's, it's like copyrighted by.
Let me get on this one.
Except, I love people that are like, we support you. All right, still checking.
All right.
My phone buzzed.
What did you do to your phone?
I got that buzz. That's what it was.
You know, she was so intelligent. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say she's still intelligent. Mayo Clinic. I mean, oh yeah. She was a research student, a summer intern. She done a lot of research intern at the Mayo. She was a doctor. She was, gosh, she would have, whoa. Her education would have been, her education would be, it would be finished December 31st of 2030. She was getting her doctorate of medicine. Wow. Neuroscience senior. Very intelligent young lady.
I hate this mouse. There we go. Yeah, she's very intelligent. A lot to contribute to this world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna make me go, whoa, no, I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna cry.
Okay, so found this video on TikTok, interested by Gabbie. Let me play this TikTok video. My mouse is weird, so I accidentally. Thank you. No, definitely. Let's see, Chrome.
I'm about to pull up a mom.
Many are saying that the last two posts on Gabby Petito's Instagram were made by her boyfriend because do have location set up. But after looking at some of her friends' profiles while doing my own investigation, I found out that she liked this picture of her friend on August TH, one day after her last post. What do you guys think? Maybe she really posted those last two pictures herself. Many are saying that the last two posts on Gabby Petito's
Well, thank you. That is some interesting information.
That scared me.
Yeah, it scared me too. Who's that? That's our TTS lady.
Who's in my ear again?
Some people sounds like it says like a kid. I think it sounds like a lady, but I think it was him. But who knows? Yeah, it's hard to say. I would say my opinion is his behavior is very stereotypical of someone who is guilty. It's not stereotypical of someone who is. You don't just lawyer up and stay silent. And I mean, yes, you have that law. That's the Fifth Amendment, right? But I mean, no one does that unless they're guilty. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. And like I said, I could change that opinion down the line when more comes out because it is very early. I'm sorry, Harmony. I didn't know it was gonna be that loud. I thought it was just gonna be some like soft music to the like words.
It scared me.
It's like some people. I was like, oh, I got neighbors that are probably mad too right now. So, full cat. Dude, did you watch that SNL freaking episode, Brittany, or what? Like, with the Gen Zers, it's like not full cap, half cap. Oh man, gotta stay young, right? That means no lie. Just FYI. I think I don't know. What does full cap mean, Jembers? I'm just getting so old.
Full cap. That was full cap.
I had my ears in. I'm awake. I'm so sorry. Anyone that I just raped your ears, I'm so sorry. And I just said a non-monetizable word. So, karma. What else is going on? So we'll be on it. I mean, every so often, let me just like check and see if there's any updates, to be quite frank.
I think he was bald-headed.
Okay, well, it's good to know that in other news, Trinidad and Tobago conclude there is no reports of vaccine-related testicular swelling in the country following an investigation.
What? What did you
In
just
Trinidad and Tobago, following an investigation, it is found that the vaccine does not cause testicular swelling, as was earlier reported
Okay.
in that country. Those
So
countries.
I'm okay
So
then,
you're
right?
good. Yeah, you're good to get
Thank you.
vaccinated.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll think
anti-vaccine
about
freak.
this. I'll have to
So you're not going to be able to go shopping, Terry. What are you going to do then?
what?
What if they start? They're going to mandate shit into Canada. Huh, Canada?
Girl,
Huh, Canada? I
listen,
was called you
I
Canada.
have a
Boy,
plan.
Canada, Brittany. Huh, Canada? Like,
Homegirl has a plan, baby.
I'm
Got a
tired.
plan.
I'm usually out by 7. Wesley's wild. Why that? My kids are asleep, but okay. She just typed in September 22nd, and I just looked at my time, and it said 9:22. That's weird.
Mm. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Okay, it's good
It
to know.
wasn't me. I didn't do it.
So I'll put a
They are
timestamp, like
standing
1 hour and
there
45 minutes, like end of true crime stuff. Not that we're gonna do anything else, really. Just conclude, chat it out. How's everyone doing?
doing grand, darling. How are you?
Good. Staying off of the internet, not paying attention to any of the crazies.
I'm
Had a
proud
mild
of you,
meltdown
dog.
today, but then I pulled myself back together, and Terry Lynn was like ignoring me pretty good.
I'm grand at doing that.
Like, I'm gonna kill you. You like your "I'm gonna kill you" song. Stay on topic.
Killing me softly. Stay on topic, okay?
Oh, bye, eyelashes.
You know what? He is awful young to be bald headed, right? Or am I crazy? I'm just curious. Listen, I'm nothing against
Damn.
anyone bald headed, but I'm just so curious about that now. I'm sorry. Listen, I get fixated on things like this and I can't stop. Okay, it's my fault. If you want to get mad at me, I'm okay.
Some people just have bad genes.
Okay.
But doesn't his
I'll
family have money? I mean, he could have went to like
a
Bosley
wig or
or
something.
gotten a wig. I mean, he could have got those hair plugs when he was younger.
Okay.
Alopecia,
Well,
that makes your dick go limp. Supposedly,
well,
allegedly. Not really, though, but
she didn't mean to say that.
it's either bald or like pills that like don't have good side effects.
Don't tempt me
10
for a
laps,
good
Terry.
time,
You're in
coffee,
trouble. 10
kush,
laps.
and
Oh my God.
crazies. 10 laps is
Oh my God. Can you
nothing,
imagine if
darling.
we were in PE right now? I would hate my life. That is hell.
You would
Yeah, all the
love your
people would make their
life.
fat jokes. I don't care, fat, skinny, no matter what size I was in school. I hated PE.
You did not.
10
Did
laps.
you really?
Oh God, I hated PE. Oh my God.
I actually really, I'm not gonna lie. I do
I would
miss
trip your ass as you
a lot of
lapped me
things.
on the mile. like, because I did not run.
Marathons, I
The teacher
miss.
would like kind of jog. Come on, let's go, guys. And, like my one best friend, she had. I swear to God, she had fake boobs when we were like 14. Like,
You
but
did not
anyways,
just say
and she
that.
had asthma, so she wasn't running because she didn't want the boys to be looking at her. Nor like no matter what she did, her boobs were huge. Like no matter how many sports were us. And like so we would just like kind of jog until like everyone kind of gave up or the teacher would give up and just keep going. And then we would just like chill, walk. Like, so why do you think they make us run this? Like
You know what? I don't. We had to. I'm trying to think of how many miles we had to. How many miles? I know we had. Was it a mile a day in PE?
we had to do the mile every week.
Oh no, ours was daily.
Oh, fuck
Oh
that. I would
God.
have shot the teacher.
No, you can't just
I
shoot
would
the
have
teacher.
tackled
Like you
her.
can't get
Oh
in
my
a lot of
God, I had
trouble
this
for that.
teacher. She was, oh my God, Miss Delancey. She's got to be gone. Maybe not. She was like a ghost. I swear to God. She had the whitest hair, but she, like, I swear to God, she would get dark roots and then come into school and her hair would be whiter. And we're like, did she dye her hair white? Like, and she was the meanest old lady ever. And like my friend who had asthma passed out multiple times because either she forced her to run, and, like you couldn't have your inhaler on you. You had to keep it with the nurse. So she's like, no, if I run, I'm gonna have an asthma attack, I'm gonna pass out. So finally she's like, okay, me and her, I'm running. I was going faster than her when I actually tried running, So I'm ahead of her, and then I hear boof, You know, she just passes out, legs behind her body. I'm like, oh my God. This old lady's like, anyone got, like, someone get the smelling salts. I was like, what the fuck are we? Like, someone run. So me and this other girl, like, I mean, like, if I can run, if I have to run, I'll run. But so I ran in the nurse's office. We're like, passed out. They call the ambulance. This bitch is asking for smelling salts. I was like, where are we? Then it happened again during the final. We had to play basketball, and it was becoming summer in Southern California, so it was like 105 degrees in a gymnasium with no AC, and she wouldn't let us open the doors. So yet again, and then we were talking too much, separated us. As soon as I started playing, I hear boof. She's legs behind her body, passed out again. God damn it.
I mean, I wish I would have had like the letter that, you know, my daughter cannot do this. But yeah.
That's what she should have done, right? And now that I think back to it, we were like, I don't know, of all the things we got in trouble and did wrong, why didn't she just keep her inhaler in her pocket? Anyway, sorry to
Yeah, see, that one, yeah, that's so, yeah, kept it in the pocket.
You're
like,
probably that super athletic girl that's like, what's with those, like, potheads? Like, we don't like to run.
Yes, you do. I bet
I'm
you if
on
something
remote
was
letters.
taken, you'd be gone.
Oh my God.
You would just be gone.
I just skipped. I just skipped. No, my dad kicked my ass.
You'd be walking real fast.
Someone
Don't
get
be lying.
Susie.
Susie?
Who's Susie?
I don't know.
Then go get her.
Serial killer? Did you eat the cereal or what?
Oh, I meant to mute that. Excuse me. Just coughed in all y'all's ears. Anyone that was falling back to sleep is awake now.
I want to know who Susie is now. I'm like a little interested in this. Who is Susie?
Someone allegedly suspected to be Brian is deleting comments on Reddit. Why would he have?
Oh man.
Would he have an in on Reddit with his?
Say your friend who passed out. Oh, your friend Susie that passed out. Not my friend. I don't know anybody named Susie.
Oh
your
yeah,
friend.
someone go get Susie.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we'll call her Susie. I don't know, just the name I made up.
Oh, you made it up.
Yeah, we'll call her Susie. The second time I felt like she faked it though. I was like, come on now. I know it's hot, but we ain't run the mile. Did she really just pass out? I was like, Kristen. Like the teacher's like, Kristen. This time I didn't run. I was like, come on, just get up. And she's like, all right, she really passed out, guys.
Did you leave her there?
I don't know.
I'm not
Did
laughing.
I just say her name? Damn it. Susie.
I don't know what her
Susie.
name is. You said she was Susie. I don't know.
Yeah, I
who she
can't
is.
find
I've
her.
never heard of her.
You know, you look for those certain people online from school, and you're just like, where are they?
Leading is Far Spring.
Where did they go? You think? I don't know.
Who's Susie?
And then you find all the people that you don't want to find.
All the
That
female
person really just.
were packing. Oh my Lord! I'm not writing that. That's something.
Or then I forget that I have like every single one of my like high school friends on my Facebook that while it's private, it is still connected to my IG. So they see all the crazy posts and like, what the fuck is Amy? What is Amy up to? 20th high school reunion will be fun. I never took gym. I went outside to smoke until class was over. That sounds like something I wish I could. All female PE teachers, I swear, were packing 100%. Man.
Oh my God!
Serious.
Not all of them.
Then we had. I'm gonna tell you guys a story.
What in the heck?
We had this one teacher. He would wear dolphin shorts, no underwear, and mind you, we are on the blacktop. Okay, so he had like a chair sitting there, a plastic chair with his binders on it or whatever, and he'd be talking to us. You know, regular standing up was okay. We can, the dolphin shorts, they kind of hide everything, but still suspect. And this motherfucker would like, we're sitting on the blacktop Indian style. He like puts his leg up like he's fucking Paul Bunyan or something, like, and it just balls. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, well,
Like,
that ain't he's special. What?
we were all just like,
He
ah.
sounds
Like no one ever
nice.
said anything though. Like he was just like,
I would no. No.
imagine that Friends episode.
I
Like
think
Eddie Murphy
everybody
dating a
actually
guy.
really had that PE teacher, though, Amy. I hate to say it. I think everybody did have
Yeah,
that male PE teacher.
seriously.
Mine was Mr. Bice. I can't forget it, so whatever. It's, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can still see his glasses. They were stuff. I guess they were sunglasses, but he had a full beard,
Our French teacher was drunk on the
and he had
toilet.
those short shorts
What the
and
fuck?
those
That's
socks.
weird. Really? Our French teacher would use to rub his junk on the he's like itching it. Like,
What?
I would have like nudged the
Oh.
desk or like coughed or something. Oh,
No, you have a fist, a nice fist punching,
ugh.
and rubbing nothing. That's disgusting.
We had
Nasty.
we had a science teacher that just disappeared. Like the
What?
last like month and a half of like 10th grade, our science teacher, we think he got fired, but we didn't know. And like we just sporadically we'd have like a substitute teacher, but like every other day, like there'd just be no one there. They'd be like, sorry guys, we're after making you sit here all day, there's no teacher for you, so you're dismissed. Like, assholes. Just keeping us in this pen.
You know, my freshman pre-algebra teacher, I never got to meet him because he was charged with murder.
Mm.
So the vice principal that I really didn't like from my middle school had followed us basically over to the high school. So Miss Johnson and I didn't really like her, but we really had to stare at each other for a couple of weeks until a replacement could come in because this man has murdered somebody. So of course we don't have a math teacher. It was just not fun. It sucked really because I really didn't like her. She really liked to call me to the office. She just really thought she was going to get me on something each time. And you know what? She never did.
Whoa. What was that?
What? It's a
What was
ghost.
that?
It's a boo.
Well, I'm going to probably end this because we're at an hour and 58 minutes, and I want to keep it mostly to the case that we were on, but I'm glad we yucked it up there at the end, chatted. My IP was one large lady, and she asked us to run laps. I asked her to demonstrate. I got in shit. That was it. That would have been me. Fuck.
Ask her to demonstrate. You got nuggets, Pickles. I gotta give her that. I would never do that. I'm still gonna keep looking for them. I want to.
Meanwhile,
This mom. I'm gonna dig into the mom.
Seamus
still,
Chat
sorry.
got 99 problems, and we don't got none. So
What?
I would much rather a low group of just 20-something people here opposed to 99 people watching that shit show. So
99 problems.
keep it
And
fun.
it ain't one.
Let's
I don't know
find
what we're
all
talking
these
about.
missing people, bring them home, bring justice, bring their families
Amen.
closure. I'm going to
Amen.
keep researching and keeping up on Gabbie all night long, and I will definitely
And
update you
Summer.
guys tomorrow. And Summer, yes. I know
Because
Voices
remember
Behind
the
the
search.
Wall. If you guys don't know Voices Behind the Wall that came in here, she's the content creator with her and her husband and their friend Benny. They run 2 different channels, well, actually 3, and they have the main contact with Don Wells, who is Summer's father. So that's who he gives all the conversations and interviews with, mostly exclusively. So check them out. She's pretty awesome, and I appreciate her coming in here. She's still watching silently. I'm going to go check out her live from earlier, so definitely check out the channel. I'll share it on my community tab, and we will be back tomorrow, guys. More true crime and updates. Love you. Stay
Thank
safe. Hug your
you.
loved ones. Fuck
Yes.
COVID. Thank you for the
Yes.
$15 super chat, Terry Lynn.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you guys all.
Please like or dislike
Or dislike
and subscribe. We don't care. We
Subscribe.
want you here.
and ignore the noise. Right.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.